from Blueprint Performance Engines, and today I'm going to start a complete engine buildup for a 1969 Pontiac GTO Judge. I will be using a 1971 455 GTO engine instead of the Ram Air 3 400 original. And here are the parts. First we have a set of sealed power forged flat top pistons. They are 30 over, and as you can see, the valve reliefs were smooth. The edges were all taking off to avoid any detonation problems, and the edge of the piston was too. And the whole top's been polished. The rods are sold by Butler Performance, and they are an I-beam stock replacement made of steel, and they use an ARP wave lock bolt, 7/16 in diameter. Really good rod. I'd say these rods are good for like 6,000, 6,500, no problem. It's a good replacement for the cast stock rod. The intake we're going to use is an old torquer, Edelbrock torquer, and the spray bar for the nitrous system is already hooked onto it. The nitrous system we're going to use is an NOS cheater system. It uses adjustable jets and a plate system to achieve 100 to 250 horsepower increase. Great system. Next we have cylinder heads. Here are the original number 66 heads that came on the GTO. The GTO motor was an original YC coated 455, and it was a 325 horse 455. They achieved that with 8.2 to 1 compression using this 114cc combustion chamber head. I need a little bit more compression to run the cam that we're going to run, so I chose the 1977 6X heads, which have, in my opinion, using a flow bench, the best intake port and exhaust for any of the cast iron Pontiac heads. So it's going to be a little different. We're going to use a 99cc chamber to achieve a 9.3 to 1 compression. We're going to use, the valve size is going to be a 2-inch 110 size intake, and we're going to use a 1-inch 710 size exhaust. The reason for the smaller exhaust is between the two ports, when you open up that exhaust valve and put in the larger one, the 177, sometimes you find cracking between the seats after the car's been run. I want to avoid that. With the 7110s, it's no problem. Never had an issue. The heads are going to flow when I'm done porting them. They're going to flow about 230 to 240 CFM on the intake side, and about 180 to 190 on the exhaust, which is more than enough to support the 450 horsepower goal. Next we have the ignition system. We're going to use an MSD system using a Pro Billet distributor. It's going to be mechanical advance, no vacuum advance. The carburetor is a Holley 750 HP series. We have a modified windage tray, some extra holes drilled in it to bleed off the excess oil. We have an Eagle Sportsman crank. Really good crankshaft. It's been balanced. The whole assembly has been balanced already. We're going to use Clevite H-series rod and main bearings, an ARP main stud kit, and total seal rings using a Molly top ring and a cast iron second. And the second ring is a gapless ring where there are two rings on the same piston on the same land, and they're at 180 opposite position, which creates a really, really good sealing. On these motors, a normal motor on a leak down test will produce 7 to 15% leak down. With these rings, I have seen as low as 0.5% of leak down. Barely measurable. Great ring set. On the camshaft system, the cam we're going to use for this build is a Crowler, part number 60919. It's a really good cam. I put them in about 7 or 8 Pontiac motors. They run really well in 455s. The cam is a flat tappet hydraulic, It has 517 lift on both the intake and exhaust with a 1.65 rocker. It is a lobe separation angle of 112 degrees. The duration at 50 thousandths on the intake is 231 and 240 on the exhaust. The cam will make power in a 455 to about, maybe 2800 all the way to like 5600. And it should make the 450 horsepower goal and the 500 pounds of torque no problem. We're also going to try one of these new BOP rear main seals. It's a Viton seal to replace the original rope seal. We'll see how that goes. They're supposed to be leak free. And as you know, the rope seals, even when they're new, seal really well, but over time they start to seep. Part of the design. All of these parts will be used to build our 69 Judge motor, and stay tuned and watch the whole thing. This is Mike at Blueprint Performance Engines. Have a great day.